Good morning, everybody. Thank you. It's Monday, and we are here together. So let me say good morning to Carol and to Barbara Ward and Annick. Monday, working on healing, and you can see Eye of Horus is here today. Yes. So what I would like to do is let's do our tube of light once, and yourself you can continue it to set our energy here for the group. Beloved, I am presence bright, round us so your tube of light, from ascended master flame, called forth now in God's own name. Let it keep our temple free from all discord sent to us. I'm calling forth the violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till we are one with the violet flame. So now in your personal practice, you're going to do the second time a little faster and the third time a lot faster. So we're going to call Mother and Father to come down into your heart. And I want you to just take a few breaths here, allowing them to unite with your consciousness and to feel it expand around you. So you begin to have a feeling for your consciousness and then how it's growing as each of you go about learning about yourself. Very good. We're going to call in all the angels and all the ascended masters, and certainly the Eye of Horus to be with us today. And we're going to ask that any of the universal beings out there who are walking upon their path, probably further than we have, and ask them to join us also. So we're going to state our mantra. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. Very good. So just take a minute for that all to bring an adjustment, not only within you, but out around you as you breathe and your consciousness expands. Good. And we'll add good morning, Marby. Good morning, Paul. And Lauren. Very good. So the question I want to ask everybody is, we have been working on detachment, letting go. And I want to ask how that's going for everyone. If there's anything anyone needs to have help, then now's the moment to share and let me help you with what's happening or not happening. Because why is detachment important? Because who you are, and as you are upon your path, you need to become detached of what other people think, how they feel. You need to let go of personality and move more into the soul energy of who you are. I am the soul. So who knows? They're all different. You may have attachments to or how things look or how you live or your job, whatever it is. And it's to become to where that's just good and at peace with it. And in knowing that Mother and Father are alive within you, know that it is purposeful in how it looks and ask, why is this occurring? Versus our personality, who has a reaction time. Good morning, Jules. Thank you for joining us today. So does anyone have a question about any of that? Or no? We're trying to go over things that people believe, well, I am ascended, or I've reached ascension. and I can feel a person's energy. And when you got the static and all these things and all the chakras, that isn't it. And if that isn't all clear and calm, then you're not even begun to be prepared for ascension. So in our healing process here on Monday, we're trying to work with everyone to discover what is the holdback. And it could be a lot. Ascension doesn't come in a drop of a hat. It's about learning, reading, studying, and doing the work. It is not about, oh, let me put the quarter in and hit the thing. Nope, not that. It's about development. So detachment is allowing the personality, another word for ego, to take a nap and wake up, and you're going to be different. That's what it is. So I'm going to pull a card for today from my magic cards, and we'll see if there's a different topic that the heavens want us to go down. Now, Paul is responding, and he says, I'm thinking, let the past in the past and move on a lot and do it many times. That's good, as long as when you say that, you have let go of the emotion of it. There's one thing to say it, but you have to keep saying it because emotions keep coming up. So you need to address whatever it is that comes up that's making you have to say that. So having to say that's going away. Hope you can understand what I'm saying. I do like changing the mind thought, but healing is not having the mind thought come to you. That you create a change inside of the self so that you are moving forward. And Paul responds, yes. So good. Anybody else? So I'm just picking a card for today. That's for the highest and best good of everybody here. Oh, you're going to laugh. It's called Progress. You can see the image here that's on it. Each day, as I recognize the divine within me, I progress further along the path of my spirit. Today, I respect my needs, observe what happens within, and do my best to maintain a positive attitude. I have faith in my inner strength and capabilities. I grow and improve every day. Today, God's opinion of me is the only opinion that matters. So I hope you can all hear that. Let's see, here's Barbara. I have definitely improved immensely where detachment is concerned. If I get triggered at alumni, I don't know what that is. I am able to pivot quickly and do the introspectiveness to why and self-contact. That's very good. Very good, Barbara. I am very happy for you because for everyone, when you get to this point, things start happening. At all I am. Okay. Next card. We're going to get 3. It's about trusting. There you go. You got to know that God's always holding you in his hands. How does he do that for some kind of many millions of people? Because he's so expansive in all of what he's done, he has that capacity. Today I trust in God, no matter what happens as my day unfolds. I will remember to remain in harmony and will maintain my sense of humor, and I will keep my focus on God's love for me. In these ways, I will minimize drama and increase my inner spiritual strength. How about that? So Lauren says, I am working on detaching on the past and all hurt. Yes. And good morning, Grace Coleman. Thank you for joining us. Sophia gave up. Don't know what that means, but you can explain if you want. All right. So when you're working on it, detaching, you want to have a different thought and know you're changing it. You want to do the positive thought as I'm free. I'm free to be me, and that you love who you are. And what that will support is that it will happen less and less, and you'll be even more free than before. Okay? The next one is awareness. I open my consciousness to my true self. I understand that I am here to grow, to free myself from conflict, and to discover who I really am. Today, I release illusion and the limitations of the material world in order to elevate my beings toward the eternal light. I grow stronger and stronger as I explore the wonderful being that I am. So as you grow, here's the light coming into your heart. Okay? And what that light is doing is pushing away places where you have doubt or you still have aches and pains and emotional hurt. And it all begins to change. And good morning. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So do these cards speak to anyone here today? Nothing. So when you are on your path, there can be many things that you are attached to that you don't even know. People, needs, food, location, where you live, where you don't live. Good. Just like this image. That's great. Just like when we listened to the orbs the other day. Just allow it to come in and embrace you. And have a familiarity to the light. Have a reminder. Because you've all been there. You've all been in the light. It's just we come to Earth to get re-exercised into what we haven't completely let go of yet. And as you do, you will become more of a light again. Oh, you're having lightning outside. Yeah, see, our computer was off for a few days from lightning. So we'll just bless it. Don't give it any energy. And call on the angels to help support where you are, that nothing goes down or nothing happens. So the energetic letting go from the heavens. So if you could probably step back and look at the area, there's a lot of kinetic energy going on that creates the need to move it through lightning. Okay? Good. So, I forget where I was. So if we look at the chakra system, Here's Barbara. They are important, but trusting is really beginning to get where you know that Mother Father is with you in your heart. That's why it's very important. That's the first thing we do every time we meet. You can wake up every day and call them in yourself. You want to begin to know that they're there for you, that there isn't a moment in time when they're not. And that is really learning to trust. So then the choices you make, God's there for you. God is a participant. I had a great image come to me with a client the other day. It was a traffic light sign, red, yellow, green. And I said, well, then go ahead and ask the question of whatever was going on. You can ask yourself now, is it a go ahead? Is it a negative? Or you got to think about it. And so the person did so and got their answer. But surprisingly to them, the answer came very clearly. So another tool that in the subconscious that we can call upon to ask about what's happening. You also have your higher self. I don't think we've done that much with it, but everybody has one. Your higher self actually comes into this life with you and is that first important person for you to have a deep relationship with. It's not about other angels or teachers or whomever. It's your higher self that you want to work with and find out why they've come in with you. Have you known each other before? You can either get that from hearing, from seeing, or from writing. There's a lot of ways of different types of communication that all of us can have, or you can have all of them. It doesn't matter. Okay, Paul says trusting's a little hard. Well, you trust that when you come here, we're all going to be here to support you, and that's a beginning. Okay? Then you've got to start with, you can't just open up and trust everything, maybe at first. Pick something and then begin to trust that and know that that's always there and that no matter which way you turn. Okay? So, higher self. So we can all take a moment here. Make sure you're rooted. The really connection to doing any type of healing or any action you're doing is to be very rooted. And on my site, you can go back to way in the beginning. I have a video about getting rooted. But you want to come down your inside channel. It's not something over here. It's not something over here. It's that opening, round opening. You can have it be as open as a quarter of an inch or 20, 30 miles wide. Depends on how much light you have. So let's take a moment and we're going to ask our light from the great central sun to come down and move through that channel. And I want you to see if you can feel that. Feel it come down in the crown. You might feel a tingling. You might feel an expansion. And know that it's moving all the way down through the energy of your being. Again, this is another key part. If you have never done that, you really haven't been in the joint experience with you and your light. Now, as you do that, that light has an opportunity to move out of every chakra. And that's why working on the chakras are important, because if they're all congested, light can't get through. There's not going to bring that powerful benefit into your life. So as you work upon your chakras, getting them to spin, having the color, you become more clear all the time. So your root's going to be scarlet red. Second chakra is going to be orange. Third chakra is going to be yellow. Heart, of course, is green. almost like an emerald green. Your throat is blue and can be many different tones of blue depending on how clear your throat is. Your third eye is going to be purple and your crown is pink. So let's pull that energy from the great central sun once again down through the chakras. And from 6 to 2, those also have back chakras. So we can kind of see here in the front and also in the back opening. And you're going to feel more light. You're going to be more aware, and you got to complete it all the way down into the earth because you want to anchor into the earth. If you're not anchored in the earth, you tend to live up in here. You don't really know. You don't know what you're saying. You don't know where you're going. You don't know how you feel. All those I don't knows come from being knocked down in your root. When you get practice, I would do it 10 to 20 times a day. Myself, I did in the beginning because you have to be rooted and you see and feel, experience, and talk about the world differently. Very, very important. So if all this is things you've all learned, that's great. But I would say perhaps you haven't done the practice enough to make them efficient. Or with the 7 masters I have on my team, would it be bringing it up to you to re-go over it to remind you? It's not go and root once and forget about it. It's about living rooted and knowing your chakras are open and expansive and clear. That's how you get to where you're clear enough to even contemplate about ascension. Because then the next piece is to create a higher consciousness and a different perception about the world is where then you begin to move in ascension and have not as much negativity around you in your world. So, anyone have any questions about any of that? Kind of went through fast. Not sure where or what you need or what you don't need. Maybe everyone's different. But yeah, it's work. It's a lot of number of times a day. It doesn't have to be 15 minutes. It can be a couple moments when you take and set yourself back down in the root until it learns that's where it's meant to be, down into the root. I've had very profound experiences with people that they totally change once they bring their energy down into the expression. No, not today. Today's a healing day. Sorry. He's here with us, but he's not going to speak today. So I guess I'm not being interesting enough to you, perhaps. But perhaps it's because it seems too tenuous for you to have to do all those things. But for any of you that want to become something, then you must really work on these few things I said today. Going and getting rooted, and as you move through, opening the front and back chakras so that all becomes movable and free. Oh, I'm interested enough. Good. Thank you. And I want you to do it for 3 days, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. If you really do it, you're going to feel more energy, you're going to feel more confident, and you're going to understand that in your heart there is a part of you that higher self can come in and give you encouragement, yes or no. Oh, someone else writes my post. I'm sorry, I didn't do it. Uh-huh. But thanks for sharing that. So let's all do it together one more time. We're going to you reach out to the great central sun. It's not the sun that's up above our heads. This is the great central sun that holds Mother and Father God. So we're going to ask that light to come down to the top of our crown, down through our channel, first opening our crown, and then we're going to open our third eye, front and back. Now we're going to go to the throat, front and back, and make a note if you feel one that the light can't go through, because that's one you need to work on. Go into the heart, the green energy, and front and back. The back here is betrayal, and a lot of betrayal to yourself. So if these are issues that are still there in your life, this chakra isn't as expanded as it could be. Okay, just to give you a tip. You want to go down into the third chakra. I am a child of God, and this is about the turmoil in your world is the negative, and not feeling that you have your own power. And it's about getting your power back. And it's yellow. It's the color of sunshine. So if you're not sensing or feeling yellow in that third chakra, then that's the chakra you need to work on. Then we're going to go down to the second chakra, which is orange. In the front, it's communication with your emotions. In the back, there's three parts. One is your sexuality. Second, it's your experience with finances. And then it's about how you feel about yourself, which is a very interesting one. You know, how has life trained you to contemplate about yourself? Because in truth, it's very good that if you have a different thought about it, then you need to work on this second chakra, orange. And the thing about every one of these chakras is as you heal them and they grow, the conscious level in them rise, and you no longer sit with the emotions. You move up into creativity. So I like to tell the one in the second chakra because most people who are on their path are very creative people. Well, then you're one who needs to work on the second chakra, and that's why I talk about emotions and the personality. That has to shift to allow the purity of your clarity and creativity to speak to you. So chakras aren't just chakras. They're very, very powerful and very important to those that want to become more than they are. And the root is just not to make a red color go down into the earth. The root is about being safe. Safe in the world, safe within yourself, safe with Mother, Father, safe with all the different things. And you would be surprised how many are open about 3 or 4 inches when it could be a broad experience. And you know that person. That's when that person walks in the room and you know someone's in the room. Because they're centered, they're balanced, and they're prepared. Because they've done the work. So it's a beautiful thing that by spending time on all these things, you can transform who you are. But it does not happen in a minute. It's taking time. But if you begin, you'll see the shifts as you go through them, and it makes you get very excited about continuing and making a difference in the awareness of who you are. So let me see what Paul's saying here. Paul's saying he'll have to work on it. Everybody has to work on it. I still work on things. It's not that it ever ends. That's the whole point. Growing and your development never ends. And again, he says, I'll have to work on it. You're not alone. That's why we're talking about it. It's the thing for everybody to do. I have to work on it. Yeah. But what comes, it doesn't become work. It becomes a fascination or an excitement. I want to know more. I want to get another book. I want to learn. I want to hear. You want to come here. You want to hear more. It's not work, at least not for me. It never was for me. Even when I was not really in the spiritual world and just a young woman, and when I went to church and just watching uh, the podium, I guess, I would break into tears. I didn't know why then. It was just overwhelming to me how I felt. And now I understand. It's because I was so here, prepared to work with Jesus and all the others that I didn't even know about them. So you're on a journey to discover who you are in that whole dynamic. Everyone has an importance. Everyone has a purpose. And everyone has a energy field that's waiting and ready for you to love it and transform it. Well, I think what I said to you before, Lauren, you need to learn how to protect yourself. That what we did in the morning, the first thing here, the beloved I am presence, you do it 3 times. That protects your energy field with a tube of white light. Let me see, I'll show you. Right here it is. See how it protects? It's all the way up, the violet flames there. Negative energies can't get to you then. And upon doing it, maybe in the beginning you need to do it a number of times a day. But the more you do it, the more it just stays there. So these are the type of things that are coming along with the student that wants to become more light. I hope that makes sense to you, Lauren. I think I've written it even on my page before. But it's, beloved, I am presence bright. Round me, seal your tube of light. And what you do is imagine it as you see it. It's never done. That's right. There's always more. Grounding is so important all the time. That is my go-to as soon as I feel anxious about anything. And over the time, you'll learn to be grounded always. I didn't realize because I became very accustomed to being grounded early. And like I went to a TV show, I can't believe you're calm and you're already grounded. It became a thing about surrendering that I held so efficiently. It could be from other times in past lives that I was already achieved that. But you can achieve it. There's nothing to say that you can't. It's by doing it. Repetition, choosing it, all those things. Having the thought, I'm very grounded. I'm very deep into the earth. I'm very surrendered. All those things are going to help you. So, Lauren, for you, I think it's time to have a regimen, something that you do every day. And you don't forget. It has to be done before you even leave your room. And for anybody, that's how it's done. Because it's like washing your face or having to get a shower. It's a part of that experience. So, any questions about any of all that from everybody else? Let's just thank you. You know, you may think that you get confused which way my hair has to go. Simple things. But having teaching master classes for a while yet, one thing I still always have to go back to is, are you grounded? And sometimes it takes people a couple of years to really understand the process of grounding and how it needs to feel. So you can't do the practice enough until you really feel the difference. Doing the tube of light, you must observe it as you speak it, because it's all training and teaching you to see, to feel, to do all these things. That to be who you contemplate being are all tools that you want to awaken and have beginning to work with. And when you get to where you can ground yourself and do that tube of light and see it clearly, you are getting on the right track. Okay? So if you have questions, you can write them in on the comment page. And tomorrow we're going to do messages. Now, unfortunately, on Wednesday, I won't be here because we're doing another experience with my room. And I can't be here and do this when they're in here and everything's shut down and pulled out. So I will see you tomorrow. And then I'll see you then next Monday. All right? So thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. I hope there was something in all that, if you're along and on your path, something that made another little tweak for you to understand. Because if that light doesn't pour out your chakra, then it's one you need to tend to. And next Monday, I'll try to remember and we'll go through how they spin. You're welcome also, Marby. No. What I'll do is try to put it up on my page, the whole thing for you. All right, so anybody who wants to. Say it 3 times. First time's just normal voice. Second time's faster. And the third time's a little faster. So I'll write it on there, and you want to visualize it as you say it so that it looks like it does here on the wall. All right? So many blessings. I'll see you tomorrow with messages. And God bless.